Hey guys, welcome back to Release the Craftin. Priscilla here with a little tarot deck unboxing and review. I just spent the day out shopping and hanging out with some of my bestest of friends. And we stopped at the local witchy shop and I picked up this deck called the Squid Cake Marseille Tarot. And I'm excited for a number of reasons. I could not leave this one behind. I had another deck in my hands. I tossed that back on the shelf to hit this instead. And I did it because it said that it is filled with snails, cakes, fly traps, and octopuses. And how could I leave this behind? The other reason I got this is that this is a Marseille deck, and I don't have a proper Marseille tarot deck in my collection. So I'm also excited to have that. I'll have all three styles now complete with this. I'm going to preface this before I start opening this up. I'm already aware that the Marseille Tarot is a pips deck, so I won't be disappointed when we get there and there's pips. There's a couple of differences between the Marseille Tarot, and I know I'm saying that entirely wrong. I don't know French. But there's a couple of differences. Some of the major arcana names are different, or they're just in different positions, and then the suits have slightly different names, but they're all very similar to the Rider-Waite-Smith, which is the system that most people are familiar with. And then, yeah, the pips thing. So that's the difference. But I got this because it was really cute. It's also tiny. And like I said, when I opened up my other tiny deck, I like smaller decks. I want to collect some smaller decks. And this one's super cute. And just for scale size, this is a standard tarot deck. So it's a little bit smaller than a standard tarot deck, but it's not as tiny as like those ones I have in the tin. They're still really cute. So we're going to get closer in a little bit, but let's crack this open. I really like the pastel colors on this box. It's giving very good, very positive vibes. It says to bring a little lightheartedness to your readings while dishing out the cold, hard truth with a side of humor. So I think this deck is going to be a little bit tongue-in-cheek, and that's going to be fun. I am excited to see what it has in store. So it comes in a nice hard box, and the color theme goes throughout, so I love that. This is perfect. Look at this perfection. Look how the cards touch all sides of the box, and there's no cardboard inside. I love this. This deck is already winning for favorites of this year, and this is only the second deck I've opened up this year. And here is a little guidebook. I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah, you got a picture for all the cards, and that's pretty dang neat, so I love that. It's a cute little book too. And we'll pop the cards out here. It says, engage your creativity and be inspired to think outside the box. That's a cute little message inside the box. And we're going to do this without slicing our cards. Yeah, I had a really good day. I also had a lot of caffeine, so I decided I would just jump on here and roll into opening this box. It's also 22 degrees in Texas, which is very cold for the location that I'm at. And we're supposed to be expecting a freeze tonight, and yeah, I'm just, trying to keep myself occupied and not focused on how cold it is. But don't worry, my house is fine. We're fine inside. But it's also chilly. All right, so let's get closer. Okay, so already off the bat, we're starting off with the Magician as opposed to the Fool, and that's pretty interesting to me. I wanted to say, I didn't say this when I started. This deck is by Jess Rollar. Rollar, I don't know how you say that, but I'm hoping it's somewhere close in the ballpark. And this is a Rockpool Publishing production. Not sponsored, but I just want to make sure, if you're interested in looking for the artist, or if you're interested in looking to see what other types of decks they offer, now you know where to look. So we have the Magician, and already off the bat, I love this art style. It's really cute. I also love that the color palette of the box carries through to the cards, and this is sort of giving me nostalgia vibes, because it's reminding me of Doug. I don't know if any of you guys watched that cartoon as a kid. I was obsessed with that cartoon as a kid, but I'm kind of picking up on that vibe, and I kind of love this. So yeah, I love this. The Magician looks like an everyman here, but has got a lot of the tools of the trade, and that's really cute. I really like that. We have the High Priestess, who also is giving everyman, so they're very down to earth, but a little bit fun. She looks a little stressed though, I'm not gonna lie. And this little spider here is an interesting like touch. I don't know if it's like meant to represent like the interconnectedness, like, you know, the weaving aspect of spiders and being connected to all things, or like it's just a spider because this girl's been sitting here studying this book long enough to become a high priestess that now spiders have started to like hang out around her. And then we have the Empress, who has like her scepter and her shield here. And this is just a really interesting art style. Like, it's a little bit spooky, but like a little bit like cutesy. I don't know if I've settled anywhere on it, but it's definitely giving me like old 90s like cartoon vibes. And so the same little shield and a larger scepter for the Emperor here. And unlike the other Emperors, this one doesn't give me super bad vibes. It might be like the very basic wooden throne that's like setting it off, but he also looks like kind of a chill but a little stressed out dude. Everybody looks a little stressed out, I will say. And here's the Hierophant. And like he's like preaching to the birds, like the ripped jeans. And then we have, sorry about that, asthma cough. But here we have the Lovers. And I like this because you have like the chosen, like the torn between choices thing, sort of that not being able to decide aspect, as well as also being struck by an octopus named Cupid. Like, this is a really interesting one about like desire and passion and stuff like that. So I like the representation on this card a lot. Then we have the Chariot. Slightly less stressed looking. Really cute with the snails. This is just a really cute deck, you guys. I think I'm just going to settle into that thought process. And then we have Justice. And look, they're like bouncing two cups, like a mug and a teacup. And that's a really interesting like balance. I really like this art style. I think I dig it a lot. Here's the Hermit. And I'm getting like the right vibes off the card. And we have the Wheel of Fortune. And look at the kitty. And a little axolotl. That's really cute. This is a really cute deck. I think I'm just going to keep saying it's cute, guys. Like, we're just going to go with that. Ooh. And for Strength, we have her, like, tearing open or calming down this, like, man-eating sized, like, fly trap. And that's really cool. I love seeing a different representation for the animal for Strength. I know it's traditionally a lion. And as a Leo, I also like lions. But I like seeing other things in that spot as well. So I think I like this. I like this one a lot, too. And then we have the Hanged Man. That's very by the book. Everyone's jeans have holes in them, and I'm a little bit concerned about how much wear and tear on the knees these jeans have in this universe, but otherwise. Ooh, and then we have the unnamed card. So I know that in the Marseille Tarot, there's one card that's unnamed, and I think it's supposed to be like, we don't mention it, therefore we don't acknowledge it, but I think it's clear what's happening here. Just a, just a gardening card. And then we have Temperance. And she's currently finding balance in between her caffeine intake. And I love that for her. Then we have the Devil. And he's just a hairy little guy. He looks fun. Which I think is probably the point. Yeah, right? He's supposed to. And then we have the Tower. Which, this is very interesting, like this solar flare instead of like a lightning strike. That's interesting. But it's definitely still giving tower vibes, even though there's like confetti in the background. Was the tower like a glitter bomb? Interesting. And then we have the Star, and here she is with like water and not coffee, but still out of the mugs. And that's cute and interesting as well. I like that. And then we have the Moon, and I don't know what that is, but I'm also intrigued. But look at the little, like, moon in, like, this little, like, space helmet. That's really cute. I wonder if they just, like, came to see their buddy, the moon. And then we have the Sun, and the Sun looks just as stressed as everybody else does. There's a lot of emotions here. The Sun's doing a lot of work. Maybe needs a break. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but that's the wind in the background, providing the supporting track for this unboxing. And then we have Judgment. Is this person in a hole? I feel like this person's in a hole. That's interesting. That's very interesting. And then we have the World. Look at this cat. This cat is like 5 seconds from spinning up a hairball. I can already tell. That's the face they make. We got some chickens, a little devil, a little lion creature. I was gonna just say a lion straight up, but it has horns, right? Like, those are horns. Those aren't regular ears. But a little tiny mouse. A lot going on this world card. And now we have the Fool. So the Fool comes at the end of the major arcana. And I don't think the Fool's gonna make it very far. He doesn't look as stressed as everybody else was. I think it's apparent what he looks. And yeah, I don't think he's gonna make it, but good on you, guy, for just having a positive attitude. So we have the Ace of Batons, and batons would be wands in the Rider-Waite system. And now we've hit the pips part, so we're just going to go through these really quick so you guys can see them. This deck is going to be pretty hard for me to read because I'm not like familiar with or very favorable towards reading pips, but I'm going to work with it. I'm going to see if I can use it. I think it'll be fun to just do like small readings with. It's a small deck, small readings, makes sense. I do like how they're getting like progressively more interconnected. That's a really interesting touch. Like, they're all getting woven together. And that's commitment. Like, I appreciate that a lot. And there's the 10. And then we have the Page of Batons. Just looking off into the distance. There we go. Knight of Batons. This was on the box cover. This is the box art. And she's like riding a little snail guy. And that's so cute. Super cute. And we have the Queen of Batons. I don't know what she's looking at. Is it the king? Maybe, because he's not paying attention either. Or something really interesting is happening over here. And we just haven't seen it yet. And then we have the Ace of Cups. I like it. It's like a little house on the chalice. It's giving like tournament stadium vibes, you know, like medieval style. And then we have 2 of Cups, and it has Ghost. And that's interesting. I haven't seen Ghost in this deck at all, but Ghost gotta be Ghost, right? Or like animate bird legs. I don't know what to call it. I'm gonna go with Ghost. I like the little strawberries, like, on the card back and how they just sort of pop up through here. That's really cute, too. Then we have the 4, 5, 6. So this is an interesting, it's like the greenery is getting incorporated around the cups in different ways. I do like that they were creative with their choice of pips, even though they kept true to, like, the original system of it being all pips. And then the 10 doesn't get any greenery. The 10 just gets a cup pouring into 9 other little cups. And then, oh my god, look at this guy. This guy has had too much caffeine. That's the Page of Cups. He's trying to like tell you where to go, but he like is prioritizing his coffee, which I can also relate to and appreciate. And then we have the Knight of Cups, who's like delivering you a coffee via octopus and hairy grass. Hairy hills? Not really sure what's happening, but I love it. It's cute. Okay, everybody's offering cups. Or maybe they're like enabling. But the Queen of Cups is she's got love in her cup. And I like that for her. She's also carrying a baton as a scepter, which is an interesting like crossover. And the King of Cups isn't participating. Like, what? Why do you have a totally different type of coffee than everybody else in the family? Like, look at this. Look at this. Everybody else in this crew. Mug, mug, mug. Travel cup. Looking in a whole different direction. Sir. Look at your family. Look at your kids. What's happening? Somebody is not participating in the family unit. And then we have Ace of Swords. Ooh, and they get wonkier as they go. 2 of Swords. 3 of Swords. There's the 4. And then we're back to doing the weaving aspect. I don't know if I like that this much for the swords, because they become less swords and more just woven thingies. Like, they look a lot like batons. So yeah, I don't know if I'm a big fan of that. It sort of lacks the sword aspect. So that's probably my least favorite thing so far, is just the way that the swords are being represented. And maybe it's because some of them don't have, like, the sword on the front. And then we have the Page of Swords, and she's just casually wielding a knife in public. She's also got, like, some keys. Like, who did you lock up, ma'am? I'm a little concerned, a little bit curious. And maybe I shouldn't be curious. Maybe I should just not ask any questions and walk away. Then we have the Knight of Swords on, like, her noble chicken steed, which I appreciate the commitment to the bit of using a, an air creature for swords, because of the airs. And then, like, the cups had the octopus, and that matched, too. And see, like, in this set, these guys seem less like they're all in the same place. Because the Queen of Swords is just chilling. The Knight is going one way, the chicken's, like, not that way. And then, we're just not going to talk about her. She's got a whole different situation going on. And then again, the king is looking in the different direction. But he's got a really big sword, so I guess that's all that matters. And now we have the Ace of Coins. Coins would be pentacles. That's a pretty common, like, name crossover. But coins is the standard name for the suit in the Marseille Tarot. Then we have the Two of Coins. So you got a little bit of that balancing act represented. The Three of Coins. The coins just look like cookies. Like fancy cookies. There's 5, 6, 7. You don't have a lot to say about this. This one is fine. I'm cool with this one. So it's just the sword suit that, like, I feel like got the short end of the deal. But this works on its own just fine. They're just little tiny cookies with some leaves and stuff around them. And then we have the Page of Coins. And this is the first one that looks like a child. And she's just got, like, her cookie in the air. Like, hey, can I have this cookie, guys? That's the vibe that I'm picking up here. And then we have the Knight of Coins with the derpiest of frogs. Like, this guy looks stressed. Stressed. Trying to ride this frog everywhere. Stressed and tired. This is the sleepiest looking one. He has the same eye as the frog. Are they related? This is getting interesting. There's a lot of interesting stories in this deck. And then we have the Queen of Coins, who's, like, really taking a moment to cherish her cookie before she starts to eat it. You know, really contemplating it. Like, can I have this? Should I have this? She's really having, a moment. And, like, girl, have your cookie. And then there's the King of Coins, also looking off into space. Not really appreciating his cookie as much as I think he should be. But a very interesting deck. This is a really interesting deck. I have a lot of feelings about this. I do not regret this purchase at all. They are pink-edged, which makes me very happy. The illustrations are really fun. So I do think I'll enjoy working with this. It is going to be, a little bit challenging to just do Pips reading. But other than that, yeah, I think this is going to be, a fun little deck. I'm glad that I got it. It was definitely worth it. Let me know what you guys think, though, in the comments below. I would definitely love to know what your feelings on this particular deck are. If you use, the Marseille system of, tarot more than Rider-Waite-Smith, I would also be interested in hearing about that. If you would consider getting something like this, let me know. I have lots of thoughts and feelings. Let me know what you guys think. And if you made it to the end of the video, as always, I appreciate your faces. And I'll catch you guys all in the next one. Until then, happy crafting. Bye.